Oh my God. What is up, everybody? It is State of Skol. We are live post-game, and we got it done. The Vikings win in Atlanta 28-24, or 31-28. I don't know why I said 28-24. My bad. Yeah, what a game, Sarge. My boy, he's back again, editor-in-chief. Sarge, he's hyped. And if you're on StreamYard, you can see his beautiful graphic because Josh Dobbs is him, and he called game.
Yeah, baby. Can we just start with a Skol chant?
Yes.
Skol!
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 What a W! God, was it? Woo! 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 Man,
I mean, that was
so sweaty right now.
It was gross. It was gritty. It was kind of fun, I guess you could say that. But I mean, we got it done. I mean, it was. Let me just run through the stats here. Presented by Blank. So Jaron Hall started the game 5 of 6, 78 yards, didn't take a sack, ended up going out with a concussion, and then Joshua Dobbs came in. That knight in shining armor, 20 of 30, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns, did take 3 sacks. I think he had, what was that, 2 fumbles lost?
Almost
so,
three.
Yeah, almost 3. So that's super cool. Super cool. Rushing department looks a lot better today because we were able to do a little bit of scrambling. So Josh Dobbs also had 7 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Long of 22, that was that touchdown run. Madison, 16 carries, 44 yards. He still struggles to get it done. Cam Akers, 8 carries, 25 yards, and then he popped his other Achilles.
Oh, my gosh. So, obviously, we got the dub, which is amazing, but, man, did it come at a cost. I got to ask Sage, I did like what I saw out of the rookie. What were your thoughts? Like, I know, obviously, at the end, he didn't get in and took a huge hit, which you'd never like to see, and it's super unfortunate, but he didn't. He looked pretty solid. That's very encouraging.
Yeah, so the first drive, I think, looked a little bit rough. I think he was trying to find his footing.
Yeah.
You know, Atlanta is an indoor stadium. They get loud in there, so it's not the best place to make your debut. The second drive looked a lot better. I think that play-action pass that he had hit
Just like
Johnny Munn
man.
right in the flat. Yeah, just get that motion working. So it looks good. He was leading them down the field, and then he tried to, maybe bite off a little bit more than he can chew. And what was weird is that the hit itself didn't even look that bad, but it's because of the fact that he got hit by 2 defenders, went to the ground immediately, pretty much head first. That'll do it.
Back of the dome, man, is the weakest part of your head, as most people know. Like, if you get hit in the back of the head, that's concussion city right there. And it's such a bummer that happened to him because, like I mentioned, he looked pretty solid. But our guy comes in with, a couple days of looking at the fucking playbook. Luckily, he's like an aerospace engineer or whatever. A pastronaut, as Case, one of our bloggers, tweeted out, which I thought was hilarious. But man, at first I was a little nervous when you taking the safety. That's a tough way to start. You don't see too many of those, but
yeah, that was brutal. Took the safety to start. It looked like it was going to be one of those days where you just run out routes and screens and whatever the hell you can muster up. And then, he started getting out of the pocket. I think that's kind of when the game broke down. And that's when the Falcons kind of lost their swagger, is when he started getting out of the pocket and making plays happen. I mean, that 4th down scramble was absolutely insane.
Come on, baby. I will say, I always loved watching Kirk play, but he definitely cannot do that. Now, there was definitely some throws that Dobbs missed, but it is what it is, man. When he is just making plays off, improvising, good shit was happening. And that was exciting, man.
Yeah, it was very exciting. I think in due time, those throws will come. Everything will look a lot better just because he'll learn the offense more. I mean, it was that one, I think right before the scramble where he had Brandon Powell wide open on an in route and he just overthrew him.
Yeah, just chucked it. I wanted to bring up something that I really thought was missing today, and that was our star tackle not being in the game. You could just tell, right, man?
That was
That was
brutal.
the offensive line looked like they took a huge step back without him.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it right away because he was Questenberry, his replacement, was the one that got beat on that safety on Dobbs right away. So,
Yep.
I mean, if that's Darisaw, that doesn't happen. He bulldogs
No.
the hell out of him. He keeps him clean, and something else besides the safety happens. Maybe someone else gets to him, but not on that side. So, yeah,
Right. He I think that shows that he's probably the best tackle in the league right there. At least right now. He's been
one of them.
unfucking believable. And missing him was a bummer. I also wrote down, I think Arthur Smith has the most punchable face and more punchable first name of all time. That guy looks like a dweeb. He's gonna get fired. Maybe even after this game. Guy's a loser.
My friend said that he looks like an older version of Big Cat. And I thought that was pretty funny.
That's actually so true. Your buddy's nailed
he's pretty odd. I don't know. I feel like Falcons fans are starting to sour on him big time. Especially, just with the play calling. They don't use their crazy talented rookie Bijan Robinson.
Good, thank God.
We got sidetracked here. Let me finish the receiver stats you're good. Because there's a lot of people that logged some stats today. So TJ Hawkinson, 7 catches, 69 yards. I was scared to take both of his props today. In general, with the Vikings offense, I was willing to not touch any of those player props just because I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with the game. But Hawk, I felt like I was so whatever. But he had a good game, so that's super cool. Jordan Addison, 5 catches, 52 yards, had a huge toe tap catch on that final drive. And I mean, it goes to show you. I said it last week. When you go out and you make best player available, your priority in the draft, this is what you get is a reward in a stud like Jordan Addison.
Dude, and just the clutchness of that was just so fucking big for us. We needed that one, and he came up big. And you can't win games without your players making big time plays. You know what I mean? Like, God, it was fucking awesome. That last drive was just so great. I did not think that was going to happen, to be honest. I thought this was going to be a classic Vikings L, to be completely honest.
I thought we'd be toast.
Yeah.
It was looking really bad. Like, I was like, oh, man, they just ran it down our throats. Like, we got to come back with it. I just thought it was cooked. And then we made things happen. A couple other things in the receiving department. Alexander Madison, 2 catches, 49 yards and a touchdown. He got wide open on that catch. What was it, 47 yards down the side? Oh, man, that was beautiful. Maybe he could be better as a receiver. I don't know. What the fuck?
And which leads me into my first note. When you run the ball every single first down, I think teams will pick up on it. Call me crazy. But our first down runs, especially in the first half, second half was much better. I think the offensive line coach, whoever he is, gave him a talking to because, my God, just no push at all when we were running in the first quarter or first half, especially the first quarter. God damn. I hate 0-yard runs. They're the worst.
Yeah,
especially when you run into your own guys. Madison.
Annoying.
Great catch, though, buddy.
We had some turnovers today, too. So, Bijan Robinson, their uber cool rookie, coughed it up, and Metellus scooped it up. That was a little bit of a clusterfuck fumble recovery, but it's a good sign when you got a couple guys on your favorite team going like, ooh. I love that bit, by the way. That's my favorite bit is when everyone does fumble. The crazy
always.
Arm
and I'm doing it in front of my TV too. Oh yeah, that's our ball. That's our ball.
Yeah, I went in the bathroom and I was like, yep. I came out. I was like, anytime you have to do it, right?
Dude, and I'm screaming, ball, ball, ball every time, no matter what. It's like I'm there on the sideline, I swear.
And then our boy Byron Murphy had an interception today on a brilliant pick, driving on that route, picking off Taylor Heineke. I know we talked about Taylor Heineke on the pregame show. You said that you were a little bit scared to face him. I 21 to 38 for him, 268 yards, did have a touchdown, did have interception, and only took 1 sack. So I guess he kind of did his job, but
And honestly, he should have thrown 2 more. We had a couple missed opportunities in the first half.
true.
Obviously Murphy got that interception, but he could have had 2. And then our boy Bynum as well missed 1. But hey, still decent plays. Those aren't exactly super easy catches by any means, in my opinion. But still, left some meat on the table, I guess, or meat on the bone, if you will. But I got to shout out our defense, especially with that after the fumble, after Dobbs' fumble, making that goal line stand was fucking huge. Now, granted, the Falcons did whatever they could to fuck it up with like the false start and all their shit. Thank God they're just a bad football team because they should have punched it in there. But shout out to the D for that. I wanted to get your opinion when we scored right at the end of the half and not going for 2. What are your thoughts on that? Now, granted, it is early in the game, but I don't know. I would have liked to see him go for 2, but
I don't know. I think the thing with me for going for 2 when you don't need to do it is like if it comes back and it doesn't work, then it looks like a really bad fucking decision.
True.
So I feel like in that situation, you only have to do it. You have to do it that early on in the game when the math doesn't math. Like, let's say they had a touchdown and they missed an extra point or whatever. Like, some weird shit like that. Like when if you have to go for 2 eventually, you might as well do it early. So when the math doesn't math, I feel like that's the situation where early on you have to go for it. But otherwise, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess it can end up coming down to a weird spot, but with the score, but
yeah, I don't know. I guess I just don't trust Greg Joseph's at all.
right.
Or Greg Joseph, I should say. But I don't know. Every time he kicks, I'm so sick of being nervous. But hey, it ended up working out. So
That's going to happen for the rest of your life because you're a Vikings fan. Sorry.
It's never not going to happen. But I just want a solid kicker just one fucking time. But hey, whatever, man. He did his job today. That's all that matters.
Our boy Cody in the chat says, which QBs you guys starting next week? I mean, you gotta go down. You have to.
Dude, he obviously, like, when he first came in, he might have been a little nervous, but dude, he fucking balled out, especially on those improvised plays that we were talking, man. Like the scrambles and stuff. He's fast as shit. I didn't realize he was that fast. Granted, I can't say I watched a ton of Josh Dobbs film, to be honest. So, man, good for him, dude. Good for that fucking guy. Coming in here on Tuesday, probably didn't think he was going to play, comes in and just gets it done. God, that is just so fucking sweet, man. He made my day, dude. I'm going to just skip into work on Monday. Actually, probably not, but, I'm skipping around the rest of the day for sure.
That was awesome. I mean, on 5 days, you've been on the team for 5 effing days. I didn't even know what number he was going to wear until I saw him on the sidelines warming up. I'm like, oh, number 15. Okay, cool. Like,
great number, dude.
Yeah, great number. I mean, it might go up into Canton one day because the way that game looked. And I mean, let's talk about that final drive. Like, It was the hitting Hawkinson, the scramble, the toe tap catch by Addison, and then Brandon Powell. Like we talked about, I would have never, ever thought that Brandon Powell would make a worthy enough contribution. No offense to him, but I thought he was a gadget dude. And he's turned out to just be a dude.
Dude, seriously, what a play. And man, you could just feel that spike through your veins, dude, when he was just rip the ball down. That was such a big play. And just seeing KOC all jacked up too, and all the rest of the guys. This is gonna do a lot of good things for this team for sure. We got big time momentum now. Don't let us get hot.
Don't let us get hot, baby. Don't let us get hot. It's cooking. It's cooking.
All right, I gotta ask you, with the D at the end, were you like how they just ran the ball right down our throats? They looked gassed when we took that timeout at the end, and Harrison Phillips takes off his helmet and goes to one knee. I'm like, they're punching this in, no question. They could not stop the run, which I hope the Saints next week don't take game notes on that, because Taysom Hill might score a couple touchdowns with that weird shit that they run.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's been our Achilles heel. No.
Whoa, too soon.
Oh God, I shouldn't have even said it. Fuck my life.
It's so true.
No, but I'm like, that's been our problem forever. Like, when we give up 100 yards on the ground to someone, we're like, oh, in 93. Like, it's just, it doesn't work. And I don't know why, but we don't have, it's apparently hard to get beef-eating defensive linemen to help stop the run. And that's been our problem forever. So I kind of knew that that was coming. And in a situation like that, where you're in a position to go score, go take the lead, that's what you need to do anyway, is just run the ball, chew clock, and go score and put that thing away. And that's what they thought they were going to do. But psych.
Too much time on the clock for Joshy Dobbs.
Our boy Dave said, what's Dobbs' nickname going to be? Vikings fans need a name for him.
Like I mentioned earlier, I saw Case, one of our bloggers, say the Pastronaut, and I fucking love that name, dude. That's so funny. Yeah, I retweeted it. I don't know if you guys follow me or not, but it's just a hilarious picture. I think he like photoshopped his face into an astronaut helmet. It was so funny. I like that.
I love it.
I don't have anything off the top of my head, to be honest.
I condone it. I mean, you got to roll with something. The Pastronaut, that's unique enough. I don't think we've ever heard that. I certainly haven't.
I love that.
But man, that was just a weird game because,
dude, wasn't it? It was just a fucking. It was the best meat grinder of a game I've ever seen. I can't believe they scored that many points. To be honest, I thought for sure it was going to be a little less scoring, but
it just felt weird. Like, I don't know about you, but I didn't have that like weird, anxious, tickly feeling in my stomach when we got that ball off the end, because I was like, I don't know, like. I don't know. Maybe I was just like that disconnected from watching football. Like, I'm watching Red Zone in the game at the same time, and I'm like, there's too much going on. I don't know, but
I was so nervous, dude. I'm wearing this sweatshirt because I'm so fucking sweaty under here. You could see all my pit stains and my belly button soup sweat right now. I was so fucking nervous, dude, because I want to fucking win, and we did. And I'm so pumped.
We won. Maybe I just knew that we were going to do it all along, so that's why I wasn't nervous. I don't know. I don't really get nervous like that during games anymore.
Oh, I do every single time.
Maybe
I can't help it. Yeah, it could be.
I forgot to hit it here, but we got to thank our friends at Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring our podcast and everything that we do here. Guys, if you're not an underdog, you're lacking as hell. Like, we need you to get on this. We need you to get on the train and make some money. Unfortunately, our play for today did not hit. Let me pull this up here.
It's the name of the game. Shit happens, dude.
Yeah, shit happens. So we had Younghoe Koo, 1.5 field goals made. He made 3. And then we had Cam Bynum higher, 7.5 tackles and assists, and he only got 4. So that's cool.
But that's good, though. You don't want your safeties making that many tackles, in my opinion. That means they are running rampant, in my opinion. Doesn't directly correlate, but I don't know. I feel like if your linebacker is only getting 4 tackles, that's a problem. That means maybe they're getting past the linebackers too. But
you know what? I was doing my research and I took it because Bynum had hit that line, like I said, in every game but one this year. So
now too.
You got to roll with the stats. So of course that's what happened. So Underdog Fantasy in their pick'em game, just pick higher or lower on your favorite or least favorite player stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. Underdog keeps it super simple with their easy-to-use website and mobile apps. Pick between 2 and 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry, get every pick right, and take home some cold hard cash. Use the code 10K and get your first deposit doubled up to $100 by Underdog. So, I mean, yeah, Underdog Fantasy, they've been getting it done for us all year. Like, and I've been, I don't know if you guys have seen NBA, there's games going on every day. And if you're not just a Vikings fan, but a sports fan, I might have to start my own like Dub Club subscription, Discord fucking premium. Because I've been rolling in the deep with NBA and NFL. We're so close. But
are you going with your heart or your mind? That's where it can get tricky.
I'm going with both.
That's tricky.
But we've been hitting it. We've been hitting it. Like, you just have to look at opponents in NBA is a little bit more different because it's like you can trust the stars to carry the work versus like in NFL. Sometimes, they won't get it done for you. So it is what it is. But
just like not to bring up bad memories, but like Cam Akers not getting 1 more yard like last week.
And then this week he freaking pops his Achilles. Did we touch on that?
A little bit, but I honestly didn't see it. I was going to the bathroom at that.
I didn't see it either.
Point.
I just saw like on Twitter, one of the reporters on the stadium on Twitter, X, said Cam Akers is slipping off. He cannot put any weight on his ankle. I was like, oh boy. And then I saw the video from one of the fantasy doctors on X. It was like he popped his Achilles. Lightning does strike twice. It's the other leg.
That's so fucking funny, dude. Shut the fuck up.
That's annoying.
Dude, that is annoying.
Our boy Greg came through, had a couple field goals. He had 3. So field goal from
shut up, Greg. I'm sorry I have no faith in you, but you just scare me sometimes.
32, 31, and 19. So
yeah, we'll keep those short.
Super crazy.
Hey, did what he needed to do, and that's all that matters. First off, I have to shout out my buddy George for the graphic that he made. Shout out, George. This is awesome, dude.
Shout out to George. Absolutely.
This is amazing. I had to put it on the background today.
We need a Vikings version of Mount Rushmore, and he'll be on that.
Oh, dude. Right now, he's not going to pay for a meal for a while when he comes back. Good for him, man. It's hard not to cheer for a guy like Josh, in all seriousness. Fucking rights, buddy.
Fucking right. He leads an 11-play, 75-yard drive to win the game, and the Vikings move to 5-4. We're looking good because the Buccaneers just lost. Yes. So that shoves them down further.
For them.
We got the Saints next week, and they barely survived against the Bears when their defense scored a gazillion fantasy points, but they couldn't put it away.
That's my fantasy team, my fantasy defense, the Saints. But
yeah, I dropped.
What do we think about next week, Gage? I will say the Saints are definitely better than the Falcons, in my opinion. I'm definitely more worried about the Saints. Not necessarily Derek Carr, but they have a solid defense. They really do.
They do have a solid defense, and Cam Jordan always plays like a fucking Hall of Famer.
I know.
Against us.
Dude, he might be someday. Like, he's been so consistent forever, dude. And he got another sack today.
I mean, he is definitely up there when it comes to pass rushers in this league. But every time he plays the Vikings, it's because his dad played here, so he wants to.
And you beat me to it. I was just like, dude, it's because his dad.
Yeah. His dad. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not too worried about them at this moment, but Olave is good. Kamara's back. But let's enjoy. We beat the Falcons.
Woo!
We're 5-4. We were 0-3 at one point. The season looked so bleak. I mean, now we've ripped off 4 straight.
We're fucking back, baby.
We're so bad. Oh, someone said that earlier. I was like, the Vikings have won 3 straight. And I'm like, it doesn't even feel like we've won 3 straight.
No.
Just because that loss or the win, I mean, it was a loss, but
dude,
that win last week just felt so deflating with losing Kirk.
Oh, 100%. And our medical staff has got some big work to do this week. Hopefully KJ and Jaren are all right, but and then it seems like Akers is done, dude. That was, man, did it come at a cost today?
The KJ hit, that was, ooh.
Oh, that was scary. That was a fucking big ass hit. God, football's violent, dude. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine one of us taking those hits, dude? I wouldn't have a head. My head would be bouncing across the field, dude.
I got a fat neck, so maybe it would support me and I wouldn't get fucking unconscious. But you never know. I mean, God, I couldn't. In like the delay, the NFL games show up a little bit differently on TV. Like the full speed hits still look bad, but it's not like in real time. Like if you were at the game, it looks completely different.
Yes, totally agree.
Even to our brains, it's minimized the impact of these hits, and it's just crazy. It goes to show you that this game is just dangerous as hell, man. So,
dude,
shout out to these guys.
Seriously, there's a reason why I quit football in 9th grade because I was too big of a bitch. And 2-a-days, fuck that.
Oh God, that was the worst part. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm like, dude. I'm not going to sacrifice my fucking summer to do 2-a-days at this.
Hell no, dude.
Yeah,
especially for Brooklyn Park.
Yeah, we were awful at football.
I know, dude.
One thing I want to touch on here, the time of possession. We talked about that in the pregame, had to dominate it, and we got it barely. So Vikings hold the ball for 31 and a half minutes to the Falcons 28 and a half minutes. So 3 more minutes. Let's go.
Yep. Well, it just we couldn't run the ball like we were hoping we would. I mean,
it'll never happen. It will never
dude,
happen.
Are we ever going to have a 100-yard rusher again? This sucks.
No.
This sucks. I hate do you see the graphic today? 31st in rush yards. Boo. Boo.
Can't have it.
No.
Can't have it.
But hey, we got the dub.
We got the dubber. Well, that's going to do it for us today here on State of Skol. Any other final thoughts, Sarge, before we get out of here?
Josh Dobbs is the man. That's my thoughts. Fucking rights, Josh. Way to go, man. You're the best.
He is him, and I think moving forward, you got to roll with Josh Dobbs.
Absolutely have to. Dead serious, you have to. He looked really good today. I mean, obviously he missed a few things, but that shit's going to happen. He can escape and make plays. He's tough as nails, too. Fucking rights, Josh. Let's go.
Amazing stuff. So, all right, that's going to do it here for State of Skol. For AJ and Sarge, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you later.
Skol, baby!